Third time's the charm. Welcome, one and all, to Feedback Friday Art Edition. I am your host, Jacob Johnson. Hopefully, this session will actually work. Let me know if it's still super laggy, and I'll try lowering some quality settings. Maybe that'll help. Anybody there? Oh man, what a day. There we go. Awesome. All right, so chat is responding. My hair is a mess. Sweet. Seems good so far. All right, looks better. Okay, so I just needed to kind of reboot everything, I think. Last night I was playing a tabletop game and I was using my webcam and all that stuff, and maybe some of the stuff I did is kind of affecting it. What happened to my couch? Let me tell you. We have a cat, Luna, and she loves to be spiteful just randomly. If we don't pet her as we walk by, later on in the day, we'll kind of be like, "What's that smell?" And she'll have peed on furniture. So what we had to do was tear out the bottom of the couch, and thankfully the cushions are removable. So we just kind of stack those up, and that way she can't just hop on top and pee on it. She would have to jump on box springs, and that's not her jam. So yeah, that is the deal with all the cushions being kind of upright. Just prevents her from ruining more furniture. We've already had to throw out like a couch and a futon, so that's what the deal is there. All right, so it looks like we're actually running. I'm gonna start up Photoshop again. So last week we worked on a trap. We created a shadow trap. It's pretty fun. Magical crossbow thing going on there. Um, why is there a Dragon Age poster, not a MouseHunt poster? I'm a fan of many things, and I don't think there is a MouseHunt poster that I've created. I'm not usually one for hanging my own art on the walls. I prefer other people's art. Um, let's draw a couch trap today. We are planning on drawing a trap today. Charlie, please don't step in my water. You broke one of my favorite mugs last night. That's very sad. So we are drawing a trap today. And this one's going to be an arcane trap. Sorry, I'm just thrown off from all the technical difficulties we had. Yeah, and I'm doing the art again. Last week Dave was sick. This week he is off for today. So that is why I'm here, but I'm happy to be here. Let me see. I'm a little sick myself, actually. Just kind of a cold. My nose is a bit stuffed. You might be able to hear that. There's no gift. Oh no. Okay. Template trap. That is the file I want. Bye temporal. Oh, I don't believe so. Temporal turbine is definitely going to remain the top shadow trap. The one we created last week is kind of the like, hey, do you not have a great shadow trap? Maybe you'll want this one. But if you have the temporal turbine, you don't need to worry about grabbing up that new one we created. There we go. That's what I was looking for. All right. Perfect. Okay, just arranging some windows. Looks like I got pretty much everything in order. I'm going to try and keep it a relatively short stream today. Not like short, but I have Alex's dad is coming over in the afternoon, and I need to kind of prepare some stuff for that. So we're gonna try and stream until like 2, 3, somewhere in there. So we're gonna try and figure this one out relatively quickly. But you guys have kind of a premise of what the area is. It's kind of this, you know, well, I don't know how much you know exactly, but you've known about kind of some of the werewolves and kind of the were mice, I guess. The kind of the night themes and stuff like that. So we are going to try and create some kind of arcane trap that can be used. And let's just see where this takes us. It's a pretty open-ended power type is the thing. Basically, magic. And kind of like modern magic a little bit. Not that that means anything too specifically. So, just get my little Dungeons and Dragons notebook out of the way. I'm gonna make sure to take this with me today. So I have notes and designs I need to plan. Yeah, I was running a Dungeons and Dragons game last night for some friends. It's been a long time, and it was a little sloppy. I'm a very novice dungeon master, so I have a lot to learn. But I'm working hard at it, so hopefully I can do better. But yeah, it was our first session last night. It was fun. Giorgio is one of the players in the game. He is playing a halfling bard named Figieri. Let's see if you can guess who his character is based off of. It's a fun little character he's created. Yeah. I'm using a Cintiq 21UX. It's a monitor that you draw directly on. It is by Wacom, yeah. Okay, so where to start? We have, just our basically, yeah, Guy Fieri. You got it. Yeah, he is a food bard. Goes around sampling all the taverns' wares and dishes, trying to find the best in the land. It's pretty fun. Okay, so arcane. Where do we start? Very magic based, obviously, the arcane arts. Arcane Sun Shrine Trap. Hey, I like that. Okay. Let's see. Let's get some ideas going, guys. What magic would best fit a werewolf themed area? We did create kind of that silver dart kind of catapult thing, and I think that was a pretty good match for them. And you're also going to not only face weremice, but also kind of like magical brood. So yeah, I kind of like that like sun magic thing, because that's like really neat. It combats the night, which is a neat idea. People are suggesting things to do with dark magic, having runes, necromancy versus the sun. It's neat. I think that's kind of the angle we kind of like want to go down. Nearly spilled some water. Silver bat, silver traps, something a little more organic maybe. Wesley Snipes. Got some blade up in here. Maybe we have Event Horizon. Yeah, we had Event Horizon, so maybe Sun Horizon. Silver Sun Trap, Arcane Rift / Arcane Trap design sounds fitting. Yeah. Not going to be a Rift. It is going to be Arcane. Rift is very specifically just for Rift areas. This area is a more kind of physical in the realm. It's not through another rift. Um, Tiny Knight of Evil. Okay. Wizard Droid. Oh yeah, that Wizard Droid from the last stream. He was great. I love that guy. Um, I'm kind of I'm kind of a little bit inspired by that character. I thought he was awesome. Would that be ridiculous if I like that character? Is that too much? All right. Do we have that image still? I know you had like a fun kind of little hat, triangle hat, something like that, and like he had a pretty great little outfit on too. It's very kind of Victorian, is it? I don't know, but it seems appropriate for. It seemed really appropriate for kind of the uh, the age that I wanted to create for it. Give him like a poof here, and it's like, how is a droid casting magic? What is this world? Perhaps it's just like such advanced technology that it just appears to be magic. Maybe that's all MouseHunt magic is. It's just super advanced technology. Although that doesn't make sense for a lot of the characters, because why would they have advanced technology? Look at that hip pop. Just kind of like scribbling out because why not? Let's try things. I think he had like a book she was using to kind of like gather his arcane knowledge. Maybe he had like kind of robes. And different eraser. That just looks like a weird, like, schoolgirl outfit. Hilarious. Give him a cape. There you give him pants back. Should you just have like a wizard robe? Let's do it. I mean, maybe it's because I was playing Dungeons and Dragons last night, but I kind of like the idea of a wizard droid. It seems like a tome rather than a scroll. Yeah, I mean, he's got like a spell book or something, right? Maybe he should just kind of like have it prepared already and tucked away under his arm. Alright, you are inappropriate and being blocked. Goodbye. Alright, people sending me messages of, ooh, yeah, that's neat. I like that. Hmm. It's a trap. I like that. It's good. Alright. Thank you for banning that person. Needs a beard. Yes, totally needs a beard. Wizard beard. Probably like a nice long wispy one too. Wizard hat. I suppose that is more appropriate for a wizard type character. Well, we don't need to like go full cliche. Although I suppose having a droid be a wizard is avoiding that already. Perhaps he's like even hovering to show how much more magical he is. I think might be cool. Or maybe he's like his spell book is floating beside him too. Yeah, it's too classic. I think we need to kind of like play it up even more. Like, let's have some fun with it. All right. So we're gonna have him kind of. All right. I might not be able to pay attention to the chat as much as I want to right now. I'm gonna try and just kind of play with some ideas that are floating around in my head. Okay, so he's got his little nub feet there. He's kind of gesturing like this, and can have him kind of like move a little bit more forward, I think. Maybe he's looking more directly towards us, just a little bit more. And we can make this kind of magic coming more towards this, kind of like towards the front of the trap. So we'll have the shoulder. That'll come forward there. This is the arm. And this is all just kind of sketching it in. I'm gonna paint over all of this. How would his kind of like claw arm be going? Looks a bit like Orko from He-Man. Yeah. Floating day and night themed rocks. Nice. A bit downward, actually. Yeah. Let's do that. It's kind of casting it down towards the mouse. Maybe he's almost like got like the Darth Vader kind of claw hand going a little bit. All right, let's get the robes back on him. We'll have this sleeve come down even more and be more bunched up at the elbow. I don't know if I want the hat. I like the hat, but I'm kind of curious as to if a hood would look fun too. So let's just try it out. Looks like it's just a floating eyeball. So what would happen if maybe the beard needs to kind of like stop a bit short. I think maybe the hood makes it look a little more evil, a little more maleficent. Not that that's what we're going for. Half wizard and something else. This will be like kind of magical runes coming out. It's a wash. Hey, buddy. Come on up. Come on up. Hi, buddy. Hi, buddy. Little eyeballs at the bottom. Alright. It does kind of look like the droid in the Reaper's Perch. You're not wrong. So you have like pouches and stuff. Give him an eyebrow. Yeah. A cleric instead of a beardy wizard. I think like cleric is magical, but it's like a divine magic, whereas arcane power type is very much wizard magic as opposed to just divine magic. And we are doing an arcane power type trap, so I think we're gonna stick to the arcane wizard. A sun with a droid's eye. I don't want to go too high because I want to avoid it interfering with the cheese, because the cheese is always going to be on top, and that might look weird. The cheese is in front of this aura, which would probably be in front of the cheese. So it could be like a sun kind of symbol. Now that itself seems more cleric-like, to be honest. Radiant kind of sun attack or something. Add stacks of books in a bookshelf. Yeah. Not having legs at all is actually not a terrible idea. Just kind of like flowy robe. Should he be using a wand or a staff? What if we did something like just be like this beam of light kind of cutting through, coming from the staff. Yeah. I don't think we're trying to do like an evil wizard. Can have kind of like a tabard, I think. And they look good. And we can kind of give some different tones to the clothing, I think. Add some variety there. Both of these sleeves are very inconsistent. We need to fix that. Okay, so the belt is where that sleeve starts, and it is just coming out in front of the staff here. I don't know if I want the staff coming in on the other side. It makes it look too long. Some kind of orb at the end of the staff instead of like some kind of spiky crystal. Let's do it. more of a curl at the end of the hood, potentially. Give it a shot. The stuff over the book is going to be kind of like spell runes or something floating. Like magic words being pulled out of the pages or something like that. I don't know if that's the kind of curl that I want. Maybe something more playful like that. Alright, so maybe we can make the bottom a little more wispy. Like they just teleported in or something. If we do a smaller base, I would prefer to keep the droid smaller. In which case we can do a massive spell, but I think that this is an appropriate size, I think. I don't think we could fit the antenna in there. I don't think we need to. Like if you get this trap, you're probably going to be relatively familiar with droids. And then you get to learn that apparently they can cast magic. If the hem of the like robe is touching the base, I worry that he would feel just like insanely tall because he's like standing. I kind of like the floating effect with it just falling below him. Yeah, and the droid is currently pretty huge compared to how the other droids have been drawn. I'm tempted to kind of shrink him down just a tiny bit. Magical energy focusing on the book to be channeled to the droid, like I mentioned before. It's kind of like I don't want to look like a speech bubble or something. Stone Nose statues in the background. It reminds me of the Gauntlet one. Hmm. A beam of intense light shining at the cheese. That's the problem if I fire stuff behind, or like if I do stuff that kind of covers this area, it's going to be overlapped by the cheese and won't affect it, and it'll probably look weird unless it's very obviously behind. I do need coffee. I might take like a minute to start up some tea, and then we can come back here, flip it, take a look, see what we want to change. I want to like make there be like gaps in this. Might look cooler. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go start some water, and I can make tea in a bit. Also having a blueberry muffin. Alright, so water has started. That was a very soggy muffin. This wizard should have a pig pet. Mm-hmm. A familiar could be fun. Does feel Chessmaster. Maybe the droid's rope could have a similar pattern with the sun/moon symbols. Muffin top. Hmm. Minnie's outgoing octopus. So he's just got bubbles beside him. Mini bubbles. I actually kind of love the idea of there just being this like tiny, tiny squid in a bubble beside him. Just ridiculous and cute. The squid was just because someone wanted a familiar, and I thought a squid would be kind of adorable and silly. Doesn't really make sense, but it was kind of out of place a little bit. It does look like a term. Mm-hmm. Okay. What is that I'm doing? Oh my God. Bye, cute friend. Yeah, it didn't really make sense. It was very cute. I liked it. Hmm. Felt a little too hydro, too. I didn't really want to give the wrong impression with it. All right. Bye, squid. Everyone's upset. Oh yeah, squid's definitely gone. I clicked and now I can't redo. Mm-hmm. Can make a skin for him in the future. That's true. A skin which turns the droid into bubbles. An electronic familiar. Yeah, that might make sense. Like What if it was like, let's see. What if it was like a little robotic bird sitting on his head? That'd be cute. If anyone plays Overwatch, my whole kind of idea with this is it's Ganymede. So Ganymede is a little bird that is best friends with one of the characters who is just this like robot sentry that is kind of sentient, and he kind of like is his moral compass apparently. So I thought that might be kind of cute because powerful robot wizard and bird friend. A little bit of a shout out there. Ganymede. Yeah, Bastion's bird. I love that guy. So cute. So yeah, that's what this character is. A little shout out to Overwatch. Which if you guys didn't see, there is a short film on YouTube by Rocket Jump, and both Alex and I helped make the costumes for it. It's Heroes of the Storm one actually, but it has like Overwatch characters in it, which is pretty cool. It is helped produced by Blizzard Entertainment, who I'm a huge fan of. Yeah, we helped make the costumes for the short film. It's very fun. Yeah, check that out. It's out there somewhere. We'll make him robotic just to kind of fit the theme a tiny bit better. But you guys know. We'll make him like painted yellow too, I think, just to kind of like make it more obvious. I don't know if we want to like go too far with copying it though. Like Ganymede has these cute markings on its eyes. I don't know if we want to go that far. He's got a thicker head, bigger eyes. Oh, battery's going fast, but you can't get up because you have the baby sleeping on you. It's adorable. A silver chrome bird would be cool, yeah. You could have yellow and chrome. Make the beak opened. Chirping. That's cute. It's cuter with that. You can kind of have the same coloring for the eyes as the droid itself. Yeah, the different skins would have different familiars. I like that. It'd be really fun. The tail should be going straight, because then the hood kind of, they overlap, and that makes it a little bit more interesting to look at. Maybe. I think that's really cute. I like that. Should have the kind of a wrinkle in the hood from where it's sitting down and adding weight to it. The droids all have like this antenna, so maybe the bird does too. Some of our ideas get very strange. I'm pretty happy with where we're at with this, to be honest. Let's get some magical smoke, maybe, just for atmosphere. That's true. We don't want to go far with the smoke. Don't want to take it into rift territory. Hey, Wash. What's up, bud? What's up, bud? What's up, bud? Hmm? Hmm? So I can kind of swirl around him. So they could be like swirling around behind and up into the staff kind of thing. Perhaps. Can also just have like little glowy dust trail going. Maybe I'll tuck this in under quicker. Yeah, it is. Nope. Yeah, I saw that from Ashley Woods. Pretty cool. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's going to be utilizing the power of the moon, however. It's more sun-based to combat the night. I have a macaroon now. Or not a macaroon, what is it? Madeline. I'm like, it starts with an M. From Uncle Tetsu's. Mm-hmm. Yes. All right. Water has boiled. I'm going to go pour the tea. You want tea?
No, I'm gonna head out to the pie. So.
Okay. Okay. Tea is steeping. Exciting. Well, Madeline's going to make me thirsty, and then tea's going to be a while. All right. Okay. Oh, it appears the cat ran across the keyboard.
Yep. I almost knocked your Madeline.
Oh my god. Don't need to break more stuff, especially decadent desserts. All right, so. Hey, guys, cool it. It's cats. Love to stir up trouble. It is an arcane trap, so we could potentially put the arcane symbol there, maybe. That's a good point, Eugene. Yep. No, that would actually create the shadow in a different spot. All right. Good point. This is essentially going to be kind of coming, just like going, be like an infinitely long shadow. It would just fade out before you could tell. And since the light source is pretty close and going to be rather intense, it can be kind of a deeper shadow than usual. Dog's tail wagging, cat's trashing the house. This is my everyday. All right. So let's give it a flip. How do we feel about this? The pose is a little awkward still. I think this arm is a weird kind of hyperextension thing going on. Almost kind of more of a elbow bend here. Honestly, I feel like maybe the shoulder is up too high. Um, the reason why we have that bird up on top is because it's referencing Overwatch, as opposed to putting like a more classic bird like an owl. Just thought it'd be fun. Don't like where these Lego hands are going right now. That's I think that feels a tiny bit better. Still kind of a little bit weird. What else? Yeah, like I want to make sure it still has that droid shape. I'm gonna actually give it a save first. Alright, let's see. Harry Potter. Oh no. That's good. Dumble droid. No, even better. Oh, you guys. Good stuff. Okay, so what I was gonna do was quick little just kinda make sure that the droid shape still retains true. So we get kinda like the droid here. He's a pretty tall droid. They're not normally this tall. Well, I guess the legs don't need to be that all the way down there. This is a little more normal. The arms are really long though. So like it's kinda what we got going on here. So those are really long arms. Maybe I just need to shorten up the arm. Yeah, maybe I just kind of do that and
Yeah, I'll be back.
okay, have fun. See you in a bit. Maybe that and that. The hands are even big. Hmm. Yeah, I think I could do that. It might look even more awkward because he's going to look like he has stumpy little arms. Oh yeah, I'm keeping Ganymede, don't worry. We can do different animals and stuff for the different skins for this trap. I think that'd be really funny. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I originally had a short robe so you could see that the feet were short. Hmm. Yep, one could have a squid. You're not wrong. We could also maybe shift the eye over a little bit because I did kind of want him looking more that direction. Um, I don't know if we can show that the legs aren't reaching down all the way though. So here's a question: would it look ridiculous if I made those proportions? So I'm just going to copy that layer so I don't lose it in case I hate what I do with this. All right. Short, stumpy arm. The robe would be like jammed right up against it. Let's not use accent brush for that. But like the robe's going to need to be tucked back here so the staff can get around it. What a mess. I don't feel like that is necessarily good. Maybe we need to make his head bigger so he fits the proportions more accurately. So like, copy it again. I think I'll try shifting the eye over a tiny bit too. It'll be kind of casting a shadow onto itself anyways because of the intense light there. That's cool. We could even have the antenna kind of poking out now. That might work. Alternately, I could just make the robe go behind the staff, which might read easier. Instead of making it go all crazy in front. It's probably the more natural way to hold it anyways. Add a pocket on the robe with a battery or a potion. I like how a battery would be a potion for this guy. I feel like these radiating kind of beams should be coming from the orb itself, not just kind of midway up. Just kind of blasting them with light. Boom. Sweet. Alright, flip it back, see how crazy it looks. It's actually not too bad. I think we can work with this. I think it's time to start to fill it in. Actually, should we have the robe kind of like flowing a bit away from the spell itself? Like it's kind of like pushing so much kind of energy out that it's like kind of creating a slight wind, maybe. Okay. There's not much more kind of flow going on, but a little bit of a breeze, I'd say. Okay, let's color this guy in. Just gonna drop a layer behind, put this guy down to the bit 30%. And we'll grab a gray right now, just to block in the silhouette. Got a good old Dummel droid here. Okay, so that's the robes. Then do another layer above that for the droid. Get that beard. Got the antenna. And I'll do another layer just for the staff. Maybe again, you need it in the same one. Again, these are always just kind of placeholder colors. Go through and repaint all of it. All right. And I'll go back down to the droid for the orb. Someone had a suggestion. I think it was for like an onyx stone, though it doesn't really make sense in there. Don't worry, the colors are going to change. I'll just go with like a red orb for now, or actually let's make it like kind of orange. And we'll clean that up. Ganymede can be a layer below that. Ganymede. And let's use the same layer that the staff is for the book. And all we're doing is we're blocking in each of the objects. And we'll go through and add proper rendering. Who's doing that? There's just like a rattle going on from the kitchen. I think Luna's on the counter. Might have to go deal with her. Oh. And she hopped down. There's Pika. Can barely tell them apart. They like have very similar markings since we have all Tories. I will do a layer on top just for the pages. I think that'll be easier to just be on a different layer. Alright, got them book pages, not bad. And I'm gonna pour some of the tea. So I need it. We're coming up on 1 o'clock, so I think we're making really good time actually. You know, this 2 hours almost. We already have the sketch completed and we're blocking in the colors, so I think we'll probably be able to finish within the next hour, and that's pretty good, pretty ideal. So I still have other things that I want to complete off stream before Alex's dad shows up. All right. And the last session was quite a long one. So I need a. Oh no, I do have a mug. There we go. Got some nice blueberry jam tea, one of my favorites. Yeah, right now all the tones are very similar, so it's gonna be a lot of altering the colors and values and all that. White robes might be good. I'll give it another save. This time I'll call him by his true name. Humble droid. I like it. Good old saves that I always forget to do. All right, so let us start with blocking in the color of the robe. So let's try choosing an adjustment layer, or well, adjusting the layer. We'll start with the hue and saturation. Um, you know, let's just start with like a strong color to see if anything piques our attention. Could be like crimson, perhaps, purples, maybe like a blue. But I think people are maybe looking more on the kind of like simple color way. Bright, since it uses sun magic, makes sense. Maybe even a yellow. Gold. I think it'd be nice to have two colors at least because we have the tabard running down his center, and we can have maybe like a nice dark color band there. Um, so yeah, like maybe the tabard is like crimson or purple. This is gonna be a challenge, to be perfectly honest. All right, so I'm gonna say this is like the shadow color for her right now. And then it'll be kind of like lit by the spell, so being brighter kind of light. Go more towards yellow, I guess. So we'll just kind of block this in real loose like just to see how this looks. I just want to see if it might look half decent. I'm also going to knock the sketch down to about 15%. Yeah, I think you might be right. If the droid is silver, then the robe should be a fairly dark color. And we could have the kind of the tabard be that kind of like golden sun color. The droid should have some rust indicating that it's super old. That's okay. No worries joining the stream late. Doesn't bother me. Glad you joined. Actually, yeah, I really like the idea of it being a darker kind of robe, to be honest. Hang on. Here's a cat busting into a box that has cake in it. Can you not? Can you please not? Kika is a very destructive cat. She likes to wreck stuff and cause mayhem. Yeah, I think we need to definitely have a darker robe because we're gonna have like a white beard, a silver droid, a yellow bird, and glowy sigils all around. It definitely needs to definitely be on the dark side. Um, and yeah, we could go kind of like crimson. You're gonna fall off the table if you keep doing that. I'm not gonna stop you. Need to learn lessons somehow. So this will just read a whole lot better. I think kind of in the purple range. It's kind of neat. The reddish purple. Yeah, we need that contrast. Otherwise, everything would be too light. The crimson robes. Actually, that's a little bit of a reference to another thing. A little Adventure Zone. I love the Adventure Zone, so happy to kind of like a little shout out to it in the game. Okay, so we got our crimson robes here. You're so noisy, Pika. Can't you destroy things quietly? I'm gonna have to do some cleaning before we leave this weekend because we're gonna have to leave the cats to fend for themselves. We have Dan coming over to check in on them, but obviously he won't be around to kind of make sure they're not destroying everything. So we go even more crimson. Okay, I think I'm happy with that range. Okay, we'll do a layer above this for the kind of like golden tabard. We'll do a layer in between that actually. That's kind of just plain old gray. Just to kind of knock down some of those colors. But we'll have it go pretty dark at the top. Kind of towards blues. Lock this, do a gradient. Yeah, that's pretty good. Let's do that again. Oh, that's not the color I wanted. Wrong layer. Oh, it's luminosity, that's why. Normal mode. Again, wrong layer. Every time. Okay, that's better. Okay. Yeah, I like that. That looks pretty cool. Gold line sleeves is a good idea. I think we could have like a dark crease running down this as well. Perhaps not that dark. Let's try that again. Here, that's better. Okay, so yeah, definitely gold trim on the robes. Would be nice. So we'll unlock that layer. Grab that gold and put it where it goes. Okay, I want to clean up this edge here. I like how far off the army was coming. Cool. That looks like a good start there. And let's do that again. For some reason I kind of like this sleeve floating a bit. So I'll play that up a little bit more. In fact, maybe I really need to go ham on it. I like that float. Okay, and then just clean that edge. Perfect. I don't know if we're going to want it. Let's just take a quick look at if the hood itself had a little trim. Yeah, it's not bad. I kind of like the thin trim for that. No, I'm not going to take a lunch break. I'll grab lunch after the stream. So I'm going to try and finish up around 2 or 3. Okay, I think we can keep that trim. Thin trim of gold. Maybe even on the bottom. Yeah, barely even see it. Sacrificing. Oh yeah, the belt. That's right. Just get a nice kind of dark brown. But where was that? All right. Just kind of add a little bit of shadow to the top underside belt. Sweet. Okay, so let's pop over to the droid before we just get fully absorbed by detail. Never move on. Go in the blue area, I think, for this. Let's lock this down. Go back to this for the beard. I'm going to do this on a clipping mask layer so I can keep it separated but still connected. Cool. All right. Back to this color. Do a cast shadow from the robe. nice and dark for this part because we have an actual light source that's going to be set in there. So do that on a new layer as well. Give it a nice rich red. Okay, cool. We can go a lot darker in the shadows for this. All right, beard time. Need so much more caffeine. Oh, what are you trying to get my attention for? Trying to use chat and stuff to communicate with me like I should be able to communicate? Bottom needs a thicker trim. Okay. Yeah. Thanks for still being here. I approve. All right. Okay, so let's just thicken up that trim before I forget. Perfect. He stands out pretty okay. It's not bad. The beard can use some tweaks maybe later, but for now I'll continue to move on. Yeah, the beard isn't quite there. It needs to be integrated properly. I guess I can do a little bit more of that. Oh. I'll come back to that. Too much spacing out. Need something more engaging to paint. I'll space out at the end when I'm doing all the nitty-gritty details. So I'm going to darken that staff. And I'm going to just kind of super saturated, I think. Oh yeah, I think you'll be able to see the complete image today. It's not that much left to it. There are details, but we'll get it. Alright. So, Mage Book. book. And then we got to make glowy bits in it. So we use nice super bright blue, just kind of nonsense scribbles. And let's do an outer glow, maybe. Alright, go with that. They're completely random runes right now. I have actual kind of like rune designs, but I don't think I'm going to bother with that. Those are for a different thing anyways. It's on the mouse's side. There's no reason why they would have this kind of like language thing. So now we're gonna do a whole bunch of these. How does that look like? Yeah, that looks fine. The sketch, I think those will be okay. Um, Even if they don't look particularly rune-like, it's kind of like magic just is floating at him, and it's just kind of raw, ethereal powers. Break the mold and have the runes a different color. Sure. Just give me a bit to kind of just block them all in, and then we can change the color up. Mm. that is that for the magic rune swirls. There we go. The magical blue glow is definitely common. I use that kind of blue for like all magic. So we can try changing it out. We'll give it a save first. Alright, so I have a feeling I might actually keep it with the blue, just to keep it nice and simply arcane. But like a green gold is kind of neat. The red might feel too evil. Purple's pretty. Blue's nice too. But I mean, I guess we do blue normally. It's just kind of like more of a cyan. The pink is very like comforting and loving. You know what we're going for. There's gonna be a decent amount of yellow and gold in this, so I think it's green or like blue. Maybe pink. All right, I'm gonna take a quick break. Just gonna use the washroom, and then we will finish it off in the next burst. So don't go anywhere. I will be like 2 minutes, not even. All right, BRB. All right, and I'm back. Cool. All right, so um, what do you guys think about the coloring for it? Gold runes? Black? Oh, just something different. Okay. Let's try gold. What's going on? Heck, even with the outline kind of glow of blue, that might work kind of well. Yeah, let's see if we want to change this outer glow color at all. Could go like deep orange. Yeah, I think we can go with that. That's cool. All right. So we need the hands still need to be colored. Ganymede needs to be colored. Let's do Ganymede. Couldn't help it. Had to add it. Was it a great success? Did you get the pies?
Yeah.
Nice.
Put a chocolate chip cookie one and an apple crumble.
Ooh, that sounds awesome. Very nice. All right. One thing I could do with the runes is if this outer glow is like stronger and more glowy. Let's see the spread. Yeah, that's my one. That's the spread. Okay. There we go. So if this is more of the gold, there we go. The caffeine's finally kicking in, I think. We'll knock this back a bit more. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take like pure white. Let's turn off the sketch so we can see this better. And now when we paint over it, some of them are really going to look like they're glowing a lot more. Yeah. Now I want to add a gradient into that outer glow, but to do that, I think if I duplicate this and then turn off the effects for this one, flatten the one below, yeah, okay, add a layer, flatten the one, and then lock the transparencies. Now I can probably fiddle with that. So let's get more red up in here, and more yellow in there. Let's even go a little purple in parts. That'll definitely feel a lot more arcane. Get some blue. think that blue might be too much. Same with green. Back to the yellow. Yellowy green might be okay. I think we want to stick to most of the gold stuff. Yeah. The gold and purple are good. And then we can also just kind of like soften some of the glow in some parts if we want. Sweet. All right. The bird is definitely in control. Okay, so let's go back and get this hand in here. Just gonna trim the bottom of that. All right, and it's pretty okay. I think we want to do a little more detail on the robes, just go a bit darker. Let's take a quick look at this in grayscale. Okay, it's looking pretty good in grayscale. Let's use the brush instead of the eraser though. Just want to get it like super dark in those kind of corners, tucked where the light can't really get to it. Bring the color back.
Watch that switch up.
Hmm. I think he does. He's figured it out. Okay, and then I think we need to have kind of the radiant spell blasting out. We'll touch up a bit more on the droid and the beard and shadows and stuff, and then I think we'll actually be able to wrap it up. Yes, you're right. The trim definitely needs some love. Sweet. It's looking a lot more gold now. All right. Every time. Every time. Okay, I think I just need more beard, maybe. Alright, now let's get that bright light kind of hitting it. Okay, and let's get to the orb now. And the magic. Where did I put that orb? There it is. The bird is the thumbnail. Pretty cute. All right. So let's just quickly scribble out. Who hit buttons on the keyboard? Weird. Boom. All right. I think maybe below this, maybe we'll just add a burst of brightness. I don't know if we'll want to keep it, but let's try it. Just kind of like washes out everything. Let's try knocking that back just a bit more. I think that blue is a little too strong. I'm just going to tone that back just a bit. There we go. Just need enough that it feels like it's burning your retinas. And on top of this, can add a little bit more pure light coming back into it. All right, I think that's pretty okay. um, I think we could do more shading a little bit. And the front of the book. Tabard could use some runes. Sure. Although we are at 2:15, so I'm going to wrap up extremely shortly. So we're just doing final details at this point. Alright, so let's just get some quick little runes put on here. Let's just kind of hide this giant blow really quick, lock this, and match it to the rest of the trim all around it. Cool. Oh, I think that trim right on the edge of the hood there needs to be dropped, actually. This needs to go down. Down here instead. And then the droid beard needs to come down even further. Burr, burr, burr. Okay. It's a weird crease that should probably exist. Let's bring that super blast light back. Perfect. And that shadow. Let's grab the channel here. And drop it down to about 50%. Maybe even 64. And we'll just feather the edge just a tiny bit. Cool. All right, I think we've done it. Boom. Let's give it a save. Woo. All right, so we're gonna drop out the other parts of the trap. So no base, no cheese, no background. Gonna save this. As a PNG at 760. It's a magical beard. Alright, double droid. And so we need a thumbnail now. So I'm going to use the 80 by 80 crop tool. So we have Ganymede up here. That is one option. See how that looks. It's kind of cute. We could like zoom in more on it, perhaps. It's not bad. Doesn't really scream arcane though, right? So there's that. I like that. All right. There's all of it in one, maybe. Might be too much to fit. That's okay. I think we might just go with the bird. It's too cute. Okay, let's do it. If people don't like the thumbnail, we can change it. Here we go. So make a new layer, grab my pen tool, set it to pure black, or my pencil tool rather. Get just a 1 pixel black outline. Alright. And we'll pop the base back on there just so it looks good. And final save. Of course, every time. There we go. Final save. And there we have it. All done on that. Awesome. Okay. Well, thank you guys very much for hanging out as always. I know it's been 3 in a row, but I hope you enjoyed yourselves. We'll see if I'm back again next week. Who knows? Maybe. I wouldn't be opposed to it as always. So I'll catch you when I see you next. But happy hunting, everyone. Thanks for hanging out. It was a pleasure. All right. Have a good weekend. Catch you later.